Hello and welcome to tonight's matchup here at the Nest in Pensacola Christian College. Tonight we're going up against the Welch Flames from Tennessee. We'll be back really soon as we introduce our starting lineups. We want to welcome you back to tonight's matchup against the Welch Flames here at the Nest. Alvin Chapman alongside with Ian Johnson, former Eagle. And Ian, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. And yourself?
I'm doing well, man. Tough matchup that we have against an NCCAA conference team, the Welch Flames. What are you expecting from tonight's matchup?
I'm expecting, well, it was a tough game last night. John Clay coming off of a 38-point game, very impressive. I'm a little bit concerned about fatigueness. They might be a little bit tired. This is definitely a game that we can win if we execute our plays properly and if we listen to coach on his direction.
Definitely. Let's talk a little bit more about John Clay's performance. The junior coming out of North Carolina averages 20.6 points per game, had 38 last night. He's been averaging 29.6 points between the span of last week. Tell me about his performances and him being the NCCAA Player of the Week.
Well, John, like I said earlier, he's a very good player. I mean, some plays he does, it leaves me wondering, how did you just do that? For like last night, for instance, he dribbled the ball, turned around, step back, three-pointer, nothing but net. Yeah. It went in. Like, he has me guessing all the time, has me on my feet. He's just a phenomenal player. I'm just worried about, I hope he doesn't get injured because we definitely need him. Right now, he's the only, I want to say the only consistent offense we really have right now that can score when he wants. So he's definitely the go-to guy. But at the end of the day, it still comes down to the team and other players stepping up, such as Christian Porter, Dakota Pratt, and then we have some injured players such as Noah and can't remember the next one.
Speaking of our injured players, Eric Evans, Noah Rawlings, and A.J. Ward. Eric Evans and Noah Rawlings combined averaged 20 points a contest, which means John Clay has to step up and produce big numbers in order for him to continue to stay in games. What do you think his absence is going to have an effect in a game like this? Oh, no, the absence of A.J., Noah, and also Eric.
Well, we've been playing with the absence of them currently. So I think John stepped up pretty well. As you might, he's taking more shots. It's definitely a much more task on his back to carry the team. As you seen last night, he had 38 points. Without his points, we would not have won that game.
Definitely.
I'm definitely looking forward to having AJ and Noah back on the court. They do produce about 10 to 11 points individually, so it'll be very nice to have them back when they are 100% and ready to go.
Definitely. Let's focus a little bit more on our front court. James Shotomu, one of the better defenders that we have here on our defensive roster. Doesn't do a lot of scoring, but he does the little things like defense, the 50-50 balls. How do you think his presence on today's game is going to be much effectively?
His presence is needed in every game, not just this game. Even when I played, he helped us a lot. Very scrappy player, as you mentioned, not the most offensive player, but he helps in the little things, as you mentioned, rebounds, steals, the defense. When I was playing, it was usually me and him switching between guarding the best player on the opposing team. So that was good to have a little breather when I was tired, and he had a little breather when he was tired. It's definitely a key player, although he's not seen on the offensive board. And offensiveness is not key to winning a basketball game. It's defense. It's defense which translates to offense. So his defense contributes to John's offense. So I think he's a very vital player for the Eagles.
Definitely one of the better defenders on our team. But let's continue to look more into our front court. We have Cody Pratt, which came back from a terrible shoulder injury. He had 14 last night with a various amount of number of rebounds. How effective is Cody's leadership and also his game plan, him working down low, going to be effective in today's game?
His seniority is very much needed. Tonight, I want to see them get the ball into the post as much as they can. By getting the ball into the post, if Cody gets going early on, it really opens up the three-point shot for the Eagles, and this has been the best three-point shooting team I've seen in a while. And I've been on the team for 4 years, but this is the best three-point shooting team that we have had in a while. So if Cody can get going in the post, it'll cause the defense to collapse, and he'll be able to spread the ball, pass the ball to John Clay, Christian Porter, great shooters like Austin Lewis, and then just open up the floor for a better three-point shot. And if everyone gets going, the three-point shot gets going, the post gets going by Dakota Pratt, it's going to be a pretty nice game to watch.
For sure. We shoot about 36% from beyond the arc. Even Coach Marlowe said himself, one thing that keeps us this game is in our game is the ability for us to shoot the three-point shot so effectively. But speaking of Austin Lewis, the freshman coming right across the train tracks, he's been having a phenomenal stretch of 4 games, averaging 15 points, had a career high of 17. And honestly, last night, he was the only bench presence that was able to get on the boards today. Tell me about his effectiveness in today's game.
Well, his effectiveness is needed. He's not a starter right now, but as time progresses, I see him becoming a very vital player to this program. As you mentioned, he's a freshman. Much freshmen come into the college program feeling entitled, feeling like it belongs to them. But he took it a different way. He puts in the work. I watched him at PCA, and I played last year. He was at our practices, and he would practice by himself after our practice was over, and that's dedication right there. Moving forward, I'd like to see some more plays drawn up for him. In the event of a close game, there's 2 players that I have in mind if we're down 3. It's him and John Clay. Best three-point shooters that we have on the team. Austin Lewis, if he's open, it's like a 99.9% chance of that basketball.
Are you sure 99.9? Maybe 100.
Maybe 100, but
maybe
you know,
maybe 99.9.
You gotta be a little bit even. So 99.99% chance of that shot going in.
Man, what's your major, bro? Mathematics or something?
I'm looking forward to seeing this matchup tonight. It should be a good matchup.
Definitely. Last time they played, it was 93-85 going towards the Eagles' way. As the time continues to clock down, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back after the Star Spangled Banner, the introducing of our starters, and a word of prayer. We will be back with you guys shortly.
Welcome to the Nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Tonight's game is between the PCC Eagles and Welch College. The National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the 4 core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition. At this time, please stand as we are led in prayer. Dear God, we thank you for another day that you've given to us. Thank you for this competition. We have the opportunity to come and watch. I pray for each player, spectator, and official that we'll all go throughout this game with a Christ-like attitude and that will glorify you in everything that we do. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Please remain standing for the national anthem. Tonight's sports medicine coverage is provided by the Andrews Institute and Baptist Healthcare, the official sports medicine provider for Pensacola Christian College. Starting tonight for Welch College, number 0, Jaquan Brown. Number 3, Luke Charlton. Number 4, Justice Alameda. Number 20, Marlon Mitchell. And number 24, Newman Ward. Welch is led by Coach Greg Fawbush. And now, your Pensacola Christian College Eagles! Starting tonight for the Eagles, a junior guard standing at 6'3" from Nigeria, number 0, James Shodamu. A freshman point guard standing at 5'9" from Orange Park, Florida, number 2, Christian Porter. A junior guard standing at 5'8" from Landis, North Carolina, number 10, John Clay. A senior forward standing at 6'5" from Norton, Ohio, number 21, Dakota Pratt. A freshman forward standing at 6'5" from Loveland, Colorado, number 41, Derek Woods. The Eagles are led by Coach Mark Getz.
To give you a review of the starting lineup, starting for the Flames, Jaquan Brown at number 0, Luke Charlton at number 3, Justice Alameda at number 4, Marlon Mitchell at number 20, and number 24, Newman Ward. And for Eagles, James Shodamu at number 0, Christian Porter at number 2, the starting guard John Clay at number 10, Dakota Pratt and Derek Woods, number 21 and 41. To lead out our front court. Ian, you've been in this situation. Big game coming off a big win yesterday. What are you doing as soon as the ball gets tipped?
Well, the focus tonight is going to definitely be on preserving energy. As I mentioned, it was a tough game last night. They definitely played their hearts out. It's going to come down to preserving the energy, and I think it's going to be a lot of substitutions tonight. Coach already knows some players are tired, so it's probably going to be a lot more substitution.
John Clay quickly gets the ball, swings it over to Shodamu to Porter. Derek Woods on the left side, dribbles up, passes it right back to Porter. Porter tries to find Pratt down low, but there is a kickball violation made by number 3, Luke Charlton. Inbound will be made by Porter. John Clay inbound right back to Porter on the dribble handoff. Porter on the top of the tee, drives hard, kicks it to Shodamu. Shodamu takes a screen by Woods, tries to get it over to Pratt in the corner. Pratt drives hard towards the left, stops, out on dime, hits it to John Clay for a three-point try of his own. First shot, and that is way off. Rebound by Justice Alameda. Justice brings the ball across half court, gets it over to Marlon Mitchell. Takes a screen by Newman Ward. Loses the ball for a second, guarded tightly by John Pratt. Three-point try for Carlton, and it's off. Rebounded by a bunch of people. Now Derek Wood contains it. Porter all on the break. Kicks it over to Shodamu, drives hard, goes up strong with the left hand, and it's off. Charlton brings the ball across half court, goes right at the defender. Left hand shot goes for Jaquan Brown. Gets on the board for the first time. John Clay comes up, brings the ball across half court. Takes two screens, hits it right back to Porter. Porter by himself looks for Woods, dishes it down to him. He spins around, goes right up, travel called before the shot. Ian, question, what is the PCC Eagles not doing in their first 2 possessions in this game?
It seems as if they're a little bit rushy. They're not settling down in the half-court offense to execute to the best of their abilities, which is kind of popular with them right now. But when they do settle the ball down, you can see they score effectively, score when they want to.
Gets it over to Ward for a 3-point try in the corner, and it's off. Porter gets the rebound. Very much agree with you on that statement as Porter brings the ball over across the half-court line. Takes a double screen by Pratt and Clay. Clay wide open, pump fakes, goes by the defender, puts one up, and it's off. Rebounded by Marlin. It's tapped out of bounds by CP, but it will still maintain Flame possession. Ian, Spencer James, the team leader in scoring for the Flames, is actually coming off the bench. Any reasons why you would think he will be coming off?
No, I'm not certain of why your leading scorer will be coming off the bench, unless head coach for the Flames know that we had a game last night and we played a tough game, and like I said, fatigue. So he's just letting them run our starters, legs tired a little bit, and then he comes to the game and he can actually execute more effectively because he'll have fresh legs.
Justice eliminated for that last 3-point attempt on the right side. Porter dumps it down to Pratt. Pratt beats patient, gets it right back to Porter. Porter drives hard, kicks it to John Clay in the corner. Goes inside, gets the ball stripped from him, gets it right back, goes right up, and draws the contact, and he gets fouled. John Clay will go to the line for 2. And John Clay has numerous amount of games where he scored over 25 points or more. NCCA Player of the Week. And when I was talking to John, he said that he talked to you about receiving that honor. What advice did you give him?
Yeah, he was a little bit, I wouldn't say down, but, you know, he asked me about it. He asked me why do I think he hasn't gotten it yet. And what I told him was don't worry about it. Just keep doing you. Just keep playing basketball, play team basketball, and you think no one's watching, but they're watching, you know, and it'll come when it's supposed to. You know, everything happens when it's supposed to happen. And I like the advice I gave him. It happened, and he's now student athlete of the week just passed, and I would say he surely deserves it.
Surely does. One of the top 20 scorers in the NCCAA and one of the prominent ones on the South region. Charlton throws up a 3-point shot of his own, is off.
Yeah,
Porter gets the rebound.
You'll see Charlton throw the 3 up a lot tonight. He's a good 3-point shooter as well. So it's going to be a good matchup for John and John Clay. They're both 3-point shooters, so maybe they know how to guard each other a little bit better.
Pratt tried to go up strong with that one, but guarded tightly by Marlon Mitchell, but now he's off at the races. Justice gets it over to Charlton, takes a screen over there by Marlon. Newman for a 3-point try of his own, and the big man knocks it down. Newman Ward with the 3-point try of his own. Porter drives baseline, kicks it over to Pratt. Pratt over to John Clay with the 3-point try of his own, way off, but gets it right back into the hands of Porter. Porter tries a 3 of his own, and he knocks it in. Christian Porter, what is one thing that you like about Porter's game there, Ian?
Porter's a very good ball handler. I wouldn't say he looks to score too much. He's more of a facilitator, which is good, which is what we need right now. But he can definitely score a ball. So I like that he's versatile. He can dribble the ball and score when needed.
And Justice answers right back with a 3-pointer of his own. He has 6 on the contest as Porter brings the ball across half court. Goes left to right, drives hard, kicks it over to Shodomu in the corner. He drives hard. Up and under, misses. Pratt for the rebound, collects the board, and gets the layup. Austin Lewis prepares to check back in. Averaged 15.7 points between the span of 4 games. What type of presence are you expecting for him to bring to the game?
Definitely some more 3 balls. When he gets in the game, if it's open, take it. That's my advice to Austin.
Alameda kicks it over to number 20, Marlon Mitchell. Mitchell drives hard, goes to the lane, dumps it off to Brown, and Brown lays it in. Brown has 4, 2 field goals on the competition. John Clay goes left to right, takes a screen by Woods, ends up in the corner. Drives hard, kicks it over to Porter. Wide open for a 3 of his own, and it hits front iron. Almeida by himself, bats about to draw it. Brown, and he slams it. Great transition basketball right there by the Flames.
Yeah, the Flames are definitely playing with way more energy than the Eagles right now. Eagles are going to have to execute their plays and not get frustrated as we just turned the ball over right there, and number 4 is on the lane.
Almeida goes up strong.
I thought it was a good defensive play by Christian, but the refs saw otherwise.
I mean, situations like that, you just have to go up by yourself, open court. Doesn't matter about the people in the background. If you go up strong and just trust the backboard, even if somebody comes up for the trace down, that's literally all you do. You don't have highs on the back of your head. But Justice Almeida, 5'7" guard out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, goes up to the line for try to shoot 2. First one up and is good. He has 7 on the contest. And Austin Lewis gets checked in for John Clay. Leading scorer gets checked out early. You have any reasons to why so?
Yeah, I mean, he's having a little bit of a tough start. 0 for 3 on 3 points right now. So I don't see nothing wrong with putting another 3-point shooter in there. See if he can get going. John, he won't be sitting down long, of course. So it's not going to be a long substitution.
Woods on the top high post. Looks for Pratt down low. Austin Lewis from way downtown and gets it going.
If you're open, shoot it, Lewis.
I like that. Shoot it, Lewis. For a 3-point try of his own. When the threes go up, the towels get to throwing as Almeida kicks it over to the corner to Newman. Newman guarded tightly by Woods. Rump gets checked into the game from the last and gets fouled. Najee Rump goes to the line and tries to go shoot 2, the 5'10" guard out of Jackson, Tennessee. But I like that phrase, Ian. Shoot it, Lewis. Has a nice old ring to it.
Yeah, man, he puts the work in. I don't see no reason why he can't take the shot. And that was deep, too. He can knock those down.
For sure, about 5 to 10 feet behind the line there.
Man, it's the PCC's version of Stephen Curry.
I like that. Well, just looking to check in a bunch of people as Rump knocks in the first one. Checks into the game as leading scorer, 19, Spencer Smith. And also number 35, Tyler Justice. Second one is up and is rimmed out, rebounded by Woods. Christian Porter takes over. Porter gets it down to Pratt. Pratt back to Porter. Ends up into the corner, gets it over to Austin Lewis. Had a little bit of breathing room, gets it back to Porter, drives hard baseline, dumps it off to Woods. Woods loses the ball, but regains possession and puts it up and in.
You know, that's what I like about Austin right there. You saw he took the drive. He could have easily pulled up for the shot, but he realized the better shot was there by Christian, and Christian just drove on that one. He could have shot it if he wanted to. And that's what I like about the freshman, Austin Lewis. He's not playing like he's a freshman. Also,
great find by Christian Porter. Just dumps it off without even looking right to the man. Hopefully he trusted his hands, and he got it in there. And turnover by the Welch Flames. Great defense by the PCC Eagles. Despite the great defensive effort, the Eagles still trail by 5 with 13 left to go in the half. Porter gets it to Austin Lewis from a 3-point try from the same area, and it's off. Woods with the collection, and he gets it.
Derek is another promising freshman. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does over the next 3 years.
Derek Woods from Colorado has 4. Rump drives hard. Took a lot of steps there. Almost rolls out, but collected by Porter. Porter to Austin Lewis. In and out move. Gets it over back to Woods. Woods for a 3 of his own. Way off. Austin Lewis tries to collect the board, and it goes out of bounds.
I think that one might have been a little tipped. Definitely not a shot that you would expect him to take, but I've seen him in practice. He can knock a few of those down.
Definitely. He's a very strong mid-range shooter. Well, really surprised that he didn't just take one dribble in and knock it in.
Yeah, that would have been a more better shot, the shot that you'd want him to take.
Jonathan Pillow kicks it over to Spencer Smith. Spence hits it over to Jaquan Brown. Brown back to Spencer. Spencer hesitates and goes. Dumps it down to Braun, and he gets blocked by Woods. Great defensive presence on the help side. Porter brings the ball across half court. Porter takes a screen by Pratt. Finds Wood, guarded by himself, guarded by Justice. Dumps it down to Pratt. Pratt works by himself. Austin Lewis drives hard. Gets stripped from behind by Rump. Falls to the floor, but Rump carries up with the ball. And nice deflection by Shotomu.
Yes, that's that defense we talked about earlier by James Shotomu. He's there doing all the small things.
Christian Porter gets checked back out of the game by John Clay. Spencer for the inbound, gets it over to Rump. Calls the play, has 2 in with 3 out. Spencer on the carry cut. Spencer gets it over to Justin Pillow and gets called for the foul. Check back into the game. 6'8" forward from Tennessee, Newman Ward. Comes in for Jaquan Brown as the Eagles trail by a deficit of 3. John Clay brings the ball up the court. Clay takes a series of screens, gets it over to Austin Lewis. Lewis down to Woods. Very patient down on that low block. Gets it over to John Clay. Almost loses the ball there, but somehow saves it by Welch. Behind the back pass over to Pillow, but misses everything. Gets it over to Shotomu. Shotomu pushes the ball, kicks it over to John Clay. He throws up a 3-point try of his own, just misses. Collected by Justice. Justice over to Spencer. Spencer crosses half court, gets over to the right side. Almost double team, but splits right through. Hits it over to Justice for a 3-pointer of his own, and he drills it. Tyler Justice gets his first point. John Clay gets it over to Woods. Woods down to Pratt. Puts up a layup and just rims out. You just have to hate those ones, Ian.
In and out right there. Nice no-look pass. Cut and finish. Turnover by number 10, the Eagles' possession. Number 3, Joshua Alexander checked into the game for Dakota Pratt.
Joshua Alexander comes right out of his game, accounting the hometown kid. John Clay brings the ball across half court. Eagles trail by 6. Clay over to Alexander. Alexander back to Clay. He drives hard, puts something up off the backboard, and Clay gets his first bucket.
And there it is. I think that's all he needed to see one go in. And now we can expect a lot more from him.
Tyler Justice gets it back to Pillow. Finds Newman for a lob, and he gets it in. Great pass to find him wide open down low. Alexander over to Clay. Clay for a 3-point try of his own. Just misses. Kicks it over to Tyler Justice. Justice over to Spencer. Pulls up a tray with the hand in his face and misses. Shotomu collects the board. Jaw to Clay. Takes his time, gets it over to Woods. Woods over to Alexander. Alexander thinks about it. Picks up his dribble too early, gets it down to Woods. Woods goes to work down low and misses everything. Oslu for the collection. Gets it over to Joshua Alexander. Had a wide open 3, but travels. Actually doesn't travel. A bit confused what happened on that play by Josh Alexander, but still maintains Eagles possession.
Yeah, it was definitely a shot you probably wanted to see him take. It was wide open.
Definitely.
Maybe a one dribble pull up, more in his
toolbox, you like to say.
Yeah.
Newman gets, I believe, checked out the game. Comes into the game, number 30, Matt Barnett. A lot of confusion going on right on the baseline, but John Clay goes to pass it in. Clay over to Alexander. Alexander goes to work, drives hard baseline. Had to open Austin.
He's being hackled.
John Clay tries to look for the recollection. Has 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
There's a 3 coming on the way.
Drives in hard, goes straight up, spins it off the backboard.
There's those plays I talk about at 5'8". I don't know how he does it, but he's very effective driving in against the taller offender, the taller defender, and somehow he gets it to drop.
The 5'9", whoa. I believe it gets turned back over. And the shot continues to fall, and won by the 5'9" guard, the junior John Clay. Goes inside with a full head of steam and gets the bucket to drop. And I have to ask, were these sparks that you saw from John Clay as a freshman and sophomore?
John Clay was there as a freshman, as a sophomore. I mean, there was way less reliability on him because there was more scorers present at the time. So he definitely showed up when he was needed. He came off the bench sometimes, started sometimes, but he's always been an offensive presence for the Eagles.
Elliott Lockett checks in for the Eagles. And Welch goes for a full hockey switch. Jaquay Brown and Newman Ward checks in for the big men. As Justice Almeida receives the inbound. Eagles trail by 3. Justice crosses half court, gets it over to Newman. Newman over to Almeida. Almeida drives hard, kicks it over to Barnett. Barnett back to Almeida, pump fakes, drives hard to the left, throws up a shot, and it tips right back in there. Almeida with 9. Shodamu gets it over to Clay. Clay goes back the other direction where he came from, goes behind his back, spins around, drives hard, full head of steam, up and under, gets blocked by Newman. Almeida takes it the other way. Takes the tempo, pulls up for a 3-point shot of his own, hits the front iron. Jaquay Brown for a rebound. And throws it out of bounds. Backcourt violation. Cody Pratt prepares to check in for Derek Woods. Eagles still trail by a score of 5 with 7 minutes left in the half. Clay inbounds to Shodamu. Shodamu drives hard. Justice on his tail. Gets it over to Joshua Alexander. He drives hard, throws something up, and gets something to fall.
Good take by the young fella, and that's what's in his toolbox. He's a very efficient dribble drive, get to the rim kind of guy.
First field goal of the game. Spencer for a pull-up jump shot of his own. Hits side iron. And Alexander, the one who just scored, goes for a pull-up rebound, and he's off to the races. Almost loses the ball there. And Almeida for the steal. Goes the other direction. Finishes with the right hand, and it's good. Almeida with 11. Guarded tightly by Spencer. Goes the other direction. Quickly double team. Gets it over to Shodamu. Shodamu looks to pass. Gets it down low to Pratt. Pratt goes to work. Up and under move. Gets it back to Shodamu. Dribble drive. Goes right to the basket. Gets called for a foul. Misses the shot completely, but he'll go to the line for 2. Shodamu from Nigeria. No score right now, but looks to get his first. It's up and in. Shodamu gets his first basket. Prepares to take the next one in. Next one is up and is good. Shodamu gets 2. Justice brings the ball across half court, takes it over to the right side of array of screens to get Spencer open, gets the ball over to him. Spencer dumps it down to Newman, goes to work down low and misses it. Pratt for the collection. John Clay kicks it over to Elliott Lockett. He drives hard left to right, and he gets fouled. Puts on the floor, blocking foul made by Newman. And Ian Johnson, what is one thing that you like more about Elliott's play out of Indianapolis game?
Say it again?
What is one thing that you like about his game?
Oh, well, Elliott has a lot to bring to the game. He's also a scrappy player. He's a good defender, but sometimes he doesn't shoot the ball. He's wide open sometimes, and I've spoken to him about this. Sometimes he's wide open. He doesn't have confidence in himself to knock the shot down. But, I mean, if you're wide open, take the shot. You put the practice in and practice every day for 2 hours. You might as well take the shot.
Array of moves for Welch down there, but John has a collection. He does a spin move, quickly double team. Goes right to the cup. Throws it up. Just misses. Pratt for the rebound. It gets tipped out, and it will be, I believe, PCC possession. John Clay will be there for the inbound. Kicks over Alexander. Wide open for a three of his own. A bit flat, and it's off. John Clay with the collection. Clay down low to Pratt. Mid-range jump shot for his own and hits the side iron. Spencer brings the ball up court. He has number. He goes straight up at the basket and one. Spencer Smith goes right into John Clay and knocks it in.
What do you think about that last call? I'm not too sure about that. He was just standing there holding his position, and the defender bumped into him, and it was a foul call.
I mean, situations like that, Spencer just had an opportunity to just absorb all the body contact as possible. Went right at him and got the contact and made it in. Spencer has 6. Comes into the game, Spencer, Austin Lewis, and as well as Christian Porter. Leave one more substitution for Derek Woods as well. Porter over to Clay. Clay over to Austin. Breaks the press, gets over half court. Austin looks at Pratt, turns over the ball. Kicks over to Al Maleta. Welch leads by 7. One-on-one basketball here. Kicks it over to Charlton. Charlton drives hard, spins around, kicks it over to Brown. Brown to Al Maleta for a three of his own. Bottom. Justice Albaleta's having a big first half. 3 threes on the first half. Austin Lewis kicks it over to Shodamu. Shodamu drives hard, gets inside, hangs in the air, and gets called for a foul. Love that play there. Shodamu had a wide open 3. Not his best strong shoot, but he goes right to the cup, jab steps, rip right through, and gets to the lane for a foul.
As a player, you got to know your strengths. This is very effective dribble driving as well, just like Joshua Alexander. He can get to the rim whenever he wants to as well. James
misses the first one.
But he could definitely knock the 3 down too. He had 2 last night.
Shodamu awaits the next free throw. Misses both. Rebounded by Spencer. Spencer with 3 people gets it over to Brown by himself, and he knocks it in. The big man Brown gives the goggles up, and he has 8.5. PCC needs to call a timeout, and after that, we will take a quick little break. We'll be back soon. Clay, Porter, Pratt, Woods, and Lewis in the game for the Eagles as they now trail by a score of about 12. Ian, what do they have to do now?
Well, I was just looking at the huddle, and I was thinking in my mind, if I was coach, what would I tell my players? And what I would tell them is they need to take more pride in the defensive end of the game. Derek able to get an easy bucket there and slow the ball down. Derek got that because it was slowing down. They're not rushing it. They're not rushing the shot off in an early shot clock. And they just need to take more pride on defense. The help defense isn't really there tonight. If we can clean that up, we have a see, like right there, he had a wide open 3. Although he didn't hit the rim, it was wide open. We need to help the helper. And that's what coaches, you can see coach on the sideline getting a little riled up. He's trying to tell Derek he needs to be there.
Thought he was getting a little riled up because that was a legal screen. Did a lot of movement there. Pick and rolls, you have to stay still. Hence the word pick and roll. Porter with an array of room. Pick up, jump shot, just off. Took it down by Brown. Brown gets it over to Mitchell. Mitchell takes control. Guarded by Lewis. Mitchell drives hard, goes right at him, and he misses. Kicks it over to Porter. Woods kind of throws the ball up there, but Lewis contains. Lewis drives hard. Finds an open Porter. Takes it right back out. Lewis for a three of his own. And it just misses, a rare miss for him. Almonetta tries to save it, and he gets fouled. Goes towards the Welch's possession. PCC down 10 with 3:56 to go. And Spencer James, the team's leading scorer, will bring the ball up. Coming off the bench. Charlton, guarded by Woods. In and out moves, gets right to the basket, gets it down to Brown. Brown to Mitchell for a three. Hits the front iron and just misses. Porter pushes the tempo. Gets it over to Woods, but gets the ball tipped. Bit of a foul there. Almonetta in the open court. The useless layup. Foul called on Almonetta. Bit of his hands usage there. 3:36 to go, and PCC is still down 10. Porter over to Clay. Clay back to Porter. Porter, in and out move, takes two screens. Over to Clay. Clay goes in and out, jumps, tries to fade away, gets it over to Wood down low. Woods completely misses everything. Rebounded by Charlton. Goes behind his back, almost gets stolen, but picked up by Almonetta. Took a lot of steps there, but Mitchell drives hard, gets it over to Spencer in the corner for three, and that's off. Taken by Lewis. Porter pushes the tempo. Porter goes right at him, gets it to Lewis for a lob, it's off, but Cody for the collection and gets it. Cody with 2 field goals on the night. Charlton jabs. Charlton drives. Charlton goes up and under, tries to force up something, but offensive foul makes it PCC possession. Now only being down by 8. 2:45, 2 minutes left. What are you expecting from the Eagles to do before half?
I'm expecting them to take care of the ball. A little bit of turnovers. Like I mentioned on the defense, Welch is just outplaying us. It looks like they have more energy at this time. Eagles look like they're playing a little bit lackadaisical. And it's not that we're not getting the shots. We're getting easy layups, but we just can't get them to fall right now. Cody had one. Derek had one. But as the game goes on, I think we'll get them to fall, and that's like an easy turnover right there. And this is where Welch is winning the game on fast breaks.
Rum to Jonathan. Jonathan to Spencer. No look down to Brown. Brown loses it but contains it. Gets blocked, and it maintains Welch's possession. Tough situation on that one, but Spencer prepares for the inbound. Spencer kicks it over to Charlton. Spencer comes off a screen, guarded tightly by John Clay. Spencer drives hard to the basket, goes with the right hand, and it's good. Spencer Smith having a big half for himself. He has 10. Porter drives hard with no intention to score. Also goes up, kicks it over to Porter for a 3-try of his own. And it hits back iron. Woods with the collection. Kicks it over to John Clay for a 3-point try of his own. And it's good. Bit of a quiet streak for John Clay, but he has another 3. 29-36 going towards the Flames' way as Spencer brings the ball up court. About 1:30 left in the half. Spencer goes to his left, dribble pull-up, and it's bottom. Spencer comes off the bench and gives a spark for the Welches. John Clay on the right side, goes to his left side, goes straight up, gets it over to Pratt for a mid-ranger of his own. He hits it. Cody Pratt with his 3rd field goal of the game. Over to Rump. Rump pump fakes, but he's shuffled before, making it PCC possession. Marlon Mitchell checks into the game for Jaquan Brown. 1 minute left, down 7. What are you expecting the PCC Eagles to do?
I just wanted them to take care of the ball.
Is that too much to ask, Ian?
It's not, but we're getting the buckets like I mentioned. Like we had 2 easy buckets right there. Another 3 by
Three-pointer from the same area. Christian Porter gets one.
This is what you want to see from the half. You don't want to go into the half down too much. You want to try and get the lead. We're only down 4. 45 seconds left on the clock. If we can lock down defense right here and get another bucket, we're in good shape.
Spencer and Clay guarding each other, 2 leaders in NCCAA scoring. Brown gets it to Spencer. Gives the screen to Brown for Spencer. Down low to Brown. Brown about Polo. Takes a charge, and it'll be going towards PCC's possession. 24.8 left, and PCC is looking to take the last possession. Situations like this, you probably want to slow down, save for the last possession shot in order for the Welches not to get another possession.
Yes, we definitely want to run a play. Not just run it, we have to execute it. We have to be patient.
Porter crosses half court. Porter to Austin. Austin guarded tightly by Rump. Gets it over to Pratt. Pratt to Woods. Austin wide open down low. Works inside. Up and under. Fade away, and it's off. 7 seconds to go. Brown pushes the tempo. Almost loses the ball there, and the ball goes out of bounds. PCC gets another possession. Another opportunity to get one more shot before the half. 4 seconds left. Who do you think the ball is going to be in the hands of?
I say go to John. Got to go to John. John or Lewis. But since Lewis is inbounding, they're going to go to John.
It's shot over to Porter.
There it is.
Over to John Clay. He drives hard. Step back, three-point try. And he just misses. Had a little bit more umph in there. He probably would have got that. But 38-34. Eagles trail by 4. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying with us for the half. But we'll be back with stats halfway through. Thank you so much. And stay tuned.
You only have one life. What are you going to do with it? How are you going to influence your world for Christ? This is a place where you can be empowered to fulfill God's calling and pursue your passion.
Working as a physical therapist, it is a ministry all its own to just build a relationship with the people. I mean, that's my ultimate goal, is I want to help people get better.
I want to go to law school, get into a cybersecurity program. That way I can incorporate both programming and law, protecting companies from cybercrime.
I love being around people, and I love learning about people. I knew that with nursing, it wasn't just about helping people physically, like it was helping them spiritually too. That's what's important in life.
As I began to pray more, God, I have a huge decision to make. Where am I going to go to school? I only have one life. What do you want me to do with it? And he began to show me that what I enjoy doing can be used for his honor and for his glory. God led me to Pensacola Christian College to pursue my passion for finance through a biblical perspective.
I had told my pastor before coming here, I was like, I don't really like school, but I know I need to go for nursing. So I'm gonna go and I'll have to study really hard, and I just didn't really look forward to it. But now, like on my 3rd year, learning is so much fun. And I didn't feel like that freshman year.
I'll look back and I'll be like, man, I remember I used to struggle with that. And then maybe a freshman looks at what I'm doing and they're like, what are you even looking at? I'm like, this is easy stuff.
Incrementally, we're ready to do more, we're ready to face more, and to say, this may not be the easiest thing I've ever done, but it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done.
Last summer, I did an internship in Germany in a genetics lab, and I was able to use the techniques and tools I had learned in the labs here over there, and it made so much more sense because I already knew what I was doing and why I was doing it.
I think teaching is communicating facts, but I think the bottom line for me with teaching is connecting the material so the students not only know it, but appreciate it and also know how to use it.
My teaching isn't about me, it's about where God is taking each individual student down the road.
We have great faculty and they honestly inspire me. Seeing all of these faculty members who have doctorates, you can definitely see what they've learned reflected through what they teach.
They'll constantly tell you, if you need something, come talk to me. I've had teachers other places, and they'll say that, but if you go up to them, they don't really want to give you the time or try to respond. And here, it's just totally different. You can just have a really good teacher-student relationship.
The faculty are saying it's going to take hard work and dedication to be the best at whatever you're doing for God's glory. That philosophy will always work.
Sometimes they'll ask us, what verse do you think would apply to this? How a verse would relate to a situation.
Biblical worldview is seeing all of my life through what God has shown us in Scripture.
And that's one of the reasons why I chose PCC in the first place, is to have faculty that love God to help me further my spiritual walk with Christ.
If my goal is to be in the will of God, it helps so much to know that my teacher has that same goal.
Everything that I see here is Christ-centered. Their main purpose is, we want you to see more of Jesus Christ. That is what I see in PCC.
Why is PCC here? It's to change lives and make them more like Christ. I hope that I can just have a little part of molding and shaping them like the Lord Jesus Christ.
They want students to come out of PCC and to make an influence and an impact on the world. I think their goal really is to change the world, and they do it one student at a time.
As president of PCC, I want you to know that we're committed to providing an excellent liberal arts education that's built upon the foundation and truths of God's Word. We won't compromise on biblical principles, and our purpose is to equip you for whatever it is God's called you to do. Make the most of this opportunity in life, and choose the college that best prepares you for that calling. PCC has so much to offer. We're located just minutes from the beautiful sugar white sands and emerald waters of Pensacola Beach. We're known for providing the best education value among accredited Christian colleges. And we have great facilities and activities that'll provide memorable experience to your college life. So as you think to the future and think about choosing a college, don't just choose a college because of its location, near home or by the beach. Don't just choose a Christian college because it's affordable like PCC is. And don't just choose a college because your friends go there and it looks like a fun place to attend. Choose a Christian college because God's called you there. Because that place will empower you to influence the world for Christ in whatever God's called you to do.
I grew up in a Christian home. My parents led me to the Lord when I was about 4 years old. And I remember always thinking, I wonder if God would want me to be a youth pastor. I knew that God was calling me here to PCC. I really wasn't sure if God was calling me to preach. And I went home that summer after freshman year, really not knowing for sure. And I had the opportunity to help in my youth group back in my home church. And that summer, God absolutely confirmed 100% in my heart that He wanted me to be involved with young people in youth ministries.
Youth ministry is that area that is most close to the heart of God. When you see Jesus and His treatment of children and His attention and devotion to them, let them come to me, when other people would diminish and push kids away. The heart of God is towards children. They're so easy to reach because they trust and they believe, but then you're preparing them for a lifetime of service.
The heartbeat of PCC is to train young people to serve Christ. The ministerial department specifically, in my opinion, is where you see the essence of PCC's heartbeat. They get to pour the most into that as they prepare people specifically for full-time vocational ministry.
I would emphasize the balance of our approach between Bible content and practical application. We want you to know the Bible. We want you to have a vibrant walk with the Lord, but then we want you to know how to take that Bible knowledge and take that walk with the Lord and share it with other people. Whether it's sharing, communicating, teaching, preaching, we want them to take the content, put it into practice, and I think our program does a good job of emphasizing both.
I've been able to see that my teachers really do have a desire not only to understand God's word, but to teach it to us. They're not here just to do their job. They're not here out of just a sense of duty. They're here because they care about what they're doing. They're here because they care about us. They care about the next generation. And they're doing everything they can to equip us to be the most effective servants as we can be.
We do try to emphasize a lot of the practical skills that they're going to need in ministry. All of our ministerial students will do 2 semesters of internships here in the campus church, where they'll be exposed to every single ministry of the campus church, and then they'll have a whole semester where they get plugged into one of those ministries. Our senior ministerial students can get an internship in a local church, and then we have a number of churches in the community that meet with our students and will pair them up with various ministries. One of the consistent statements that they say about our graduates is our graduates know how to serve in a church. They're prepared for a lot of different things, and it makes them very flexible. They have a lot of options and opportunities when they get through with a youth ministry degree.
God has used my time here at PCC to prepare me for my future ministry, and I can have confidence that because of my time here, I am more developed and prepared for what God would have me to do in the future.
Painting is something that you're always going to be working on. In a sense, you're always a student. And I think that it's obvious because God created the world to picture himself. If you're trying to recreate that with colored mud or whatever, you're trying to recreate the order and the beauty of God's revelation on a flat surface, that's something you're going to work very hard on till the day you die. I knew that I wanted to study art, but I was very uncomfortable with the way that most secular colleges study art, and I wanted a modest, safe place to learn how to paint, and PCC was still teaching this incredibly high skill kind of painting, and I was totally blown away. I don't know of a Christian school that has a better art department. The teachers themselves are very skilled. I would say that the teachers were not only dedicated to keeping a standard of excellence, but I would say in many respects they were the standard of excellence, that the way they conducted themselves was our standard, and they were definitely working hard to prepare us for whatever career we were being prepared for. For me, it was confidence and competence. Confidence to be able to charge the world, and really it's not an easy job. It's not an easy job to have, and the competence to actually make it happen. I think that those 2 things PCC certainly gave me.
everybody, and welcome back to the Nest here at Pensacola Christian College. Alvin Chapman's here alongside with Ian Johnson, the former Eagle, the LeBron James, the Buddy Hield, the, the Michael Jordan of the Pensacola Christian College area. Ian Johnson, tell me about the first half of basketball.
The first half wasn't too bad. It wasn't what I expected. I expected the Eagles to come out, motivated, coming off a win. But it seems as if the Welch College Flames came out with the fire.
I like that one. Well, we talked a little bit about they played a really, really tough game last night, so they might be a little bit of fatigue. Are we seeing any sign of fatigue here so far?
Definitely. It might not look that way, but I think John is a little bit tired. As you can see, his shot is falling a little bit short. It's going to the front of the rim instead of going in. It's maybe because he's not getting as high off the ground as he usually do when he jumps. But other than that, I don't really see any other areas of fatigue. I mean, we're still playing good despite having a big game last night. And in the end, it just makes you better anyway. So
definitely. We'll talk a little bit more about John Clay. Leads his team with 10 points, but he's shooting 3 from 11 from the field. His numbers aren't really translated to his game. What do you have to do this second half in order for him to produce a little more?
I think I'd go back to what I mentioned earlier for the first half. Put the ball into Cody, just run the baseline, and that'll open up the three-point shot. But right now, they know John is a leading scorer in the region right now, so they're playing him really tight. So he's not allowed to really do much. So it's now time for someone else to step up. I mean, you see Austin taking the shots, Christian Lewis taking the shots, Cody, Derek stepping up. We need other people to step up, just like John has stepped up last night.
Definitely, but the Flames right now with 6 defensive steals. Spencer with 2, Justice with 2. They're doing really well defensively. What do they have to do in order to stop that?
They just have to take care of the ball. We got to be patient. Like I mentioned, we're rushing things too much, taking shots way too much earlier in the shot clock. And when I was the player, coach always got on me about this, and I never saw it. But now I'm seeing it because I'm watching. But I guess they're not seeing it because they're playing.
Yeah, definitely.
So.
And despite the steals, we're still beating them in the turnover battle. They have 7. I mean, we have 7, they have 9. So a lot of basketball coming up later today, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take you right back to the field as the Flames prepare for the inbound. Inbound prepared by Mitchell. Almeida takes the ball, calls a play, guarded by Porter. Porter to Mitchell. Mitchell to Brown. Brown pump fakes. Gets it over to Newman. Newman gets the ball stripped by John Clay, but gets it over back to Charlton. Charlton to Newman. Newman back to Almeida. Almeida has 12 in the game.
Good early
14.
defense.
Brown over to Mitchell. Brown works his way inside. Right hand hook, misses everything. Rebounded by Shodeman. Now Porter takes it off to the races. Porter. It's it over to Woods. Woods to Pratt. Pratt down low. Guarded by Brown. Over to Porter. Porter back to Pratt. Pratt spins off him. Goes up and over. Up and over again. Throws up something. Almost gets right in there but misses. Brown over to Charlton. Charlton over to Newman. And Newman gets the easy lay-in to go. He gets his first points of the half. Newman with 7.
They're getting the ball into Cody, but no one's really moving when the ball gets in. Everyone's stagnant. So if we can just cut or set off-ball screens for each other, it would really open up the three-point shot that I know we can hit.
Definitely taking advantage of our 6'5" big inside there. Charlton on the left side. Gets it over to Newman. Newman guarded by Woods. Newman finds Almeida. Almeida down to Brown down low. Back to Almeida. Pump fakes, gets around him. Dumps it back to Brown. Brown puts up something and misses again. Porter with the board. Porter pushes. Gets it over to over to James. James to John. John Clay spins off. Gets it over to Shimiru. Shimiru to Pratt.
There it is. It's in, but no one's moving. This is very stagnant. Someone has to move, set off-ball screens.
Pratt throws something up there.
Yeah, he's going to be forced to shoot the ball if no one's moving because he's being well guarded. He can't do anything right now.
Mitchell drives baseline, goes up strong and gets the finish. Mitchell gets his first 2 points of the game. Porter over to John Clay. John Clay drives hard, stops on a dime, pulls up and good. John Clay with 12. Need to see a lot more of that in this second half there, Ian.
Yes.
Almeida crosses half court. Almeida to Newman. Newman over to Mitchell. Mitchell pump fakes, gets Cody in the air. Foul on the floor. Pulled him down easily. Chance Roberson gets checked in for the game for the first time, the native out of Atlanta. What are the upsides of his game that you see?
Upsides this game, he can shoot the two. He can shoot the three ball. Much people don't think he can, but if he's wide open, he's going to take the shot. He doesn't have the prettiest form, but it will drop.
Talk about the form. Maybe something like a Sean Marion as Brown gets inside. Chance gets inside with him and causes the jump ball.
You probably would want to see a travel call on that play right there, but I'm not a ref, so maybe they know better.
I mean, they have classes up the street if you want to take some. Maybe there's a class you can take here, but Chance gets effective early. Any negative sides to his game, or is it just all positive?
Who's that, Chance?
Yes.
The negatives, I think it's more positive than a negative. One thing I think that he can work on is dribble drives and penetrating and just being ready to shoot the ball.
Woods takes a mid-range shot for his own and drills it.
That's his bread and butter right there.
Woods and Pratt have 8. Almeida gets it over to Mitchell. Mitchell steps back, goes up, behind his back, goes up, but Shamidu holds him a little bit.
Should be on the floor.
Expected substitutions for the Welch.
I think that's going to be 3.
2 fouls on Shamidu. Austin Lewis checks in. And comes in Spencer and Rump. Spencer kicks it all the way to Mitchell. Mitchell drives to his right side, throws up something off the backboard but misses. Newman collects the board and he puts it right back in. 6'8" for you, takes advantage of his size, and he has 9. Porter takes a screen by Woods. Steps it back, Austin Lewis by himself, drives hard, goes to the lane, tries to dump it down, but there's no one there. Brown takes it by himself. He goes straight to the lane, loses the ball, gets it over to Rump. Rump goes up strong, gets blocked by Porter. Rump turns around, gets it back to the Brown, but great defense.
Great defense by the Eagles there. Let's see if we can capitalize and get some offense now. That play,
Chance Roberson by himself in the corner.
And it's good. He can hit the shot. He's ready to shoot the ball. The ball's not the best, but the ball will drop.
The Atlanta native gets active. Highest shooting percentage on the team with 52%. And when the 3 ball goes up, the T-shirts gets to flying. Great shot by Roberson. Rump for a 3 of his own, misses, gets his own rebound, turns around, gets it over to Spencer in the corner, down low to Brown, tipped by Chance.
And Chance is doing it all right now. He's playing defense, he's scoring. Just the spark we need off the bench to start the second half. And a little bit of a miscommunication by Chance and Lewis, and it results in a turnover and a foul.
Tyler Justice checks in for Brown. As Spencer anticipates the inbound. We're looking at a 1 deficit game here. Once 4, now 1. Eagles trail by 43 to 44. Spencer over to Mitchell. Mitchell takes the screen, drives hard, throws up a shot, hits the backboard, misses. Porter with a strong rebound. Hits it over to Chance Robertson. Robertson brings the ball up, gets it back to Porter. Clay. Over to Austin Lewis, pump fakes, goes up strong, puts something up and misses everything. Spencer, no look pass to Tyler Justice, loses the ball in the air but gets to the fall. Tyler Justice has 5. Clay drives hard, dumps it off to Woods, pulls it up, and it's good. Woods with 10.
Eagles able to bring it back within 1. It's getting real exciting here. You can hear the fans getting into the game now.
Definitely. Not a lot of fans here because it's finals week, but the ones that are here makes it seem like it's a sold-out crowd. He's over to Spencer, hand in his face 3, knocks it in.
That's a tough shot. Very good defense, just a better shot by Spencer.
Top 20 scorer in the NCCAA, drills in a 3. He has 10. Turnover, gets it out to Rump, to Mitchell. Mitchell turns it around. Thinks about it, hesitates, gets a shot off, rebounded by Woods. Taken over by Roberson. Roberson gets it to Porter. Porter gets it over the line, gets it over to Austin for a deep three. Just off. Rebounded by Tyler. But Porter gets his hands in there. Josh Alexander is going to have to come into the game for the foul, Christian Porter. Picked up a quick 2 fouls there. Rump anticipates the inbound from Spencer. As Welch College, the Flames lead by 5. 13 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock. Rump goes to his right side. Gets the ball to Spencer, guarded by Alexander. Spencer, no look, over to Ballard. Back over to Jonathan, misses it. Woods gets the rebound.
Very good play. He just couldn't finish the wide open layup.
John Clay drives right, goes straight up, almost gets fouled there, but Joshua Alexander gets the cleanup. Loses the ball almost, but gets it back to John Clay. Bit of a double team, but John Clay goes for the classic mid-range jump shot. And I don't even have to say it, it's just money, Ian. It's just money.
Just money, man. He's good with the mid-range. He's good from deep. He's good with one-on-one driving to the basket.
14 points for John Clay. Ball gets over to Jonathan. Or Jonathan to Smith. Smith back over to Jonathan. Smith drives hard to the lane, no look to Justice. Pump fakes, get wide open, pump fakes again, abuses his height and gets it in. Justice with 7.
With just over 12 minutes to go in the quarter, it's going to come down to defense. We can't trade baskets with this team. The offense is there. We just got to be more focused on the defensive end of the court right now.
Clay gets smacked in the face there. Personal foul on Welch's. Alexander anticipates the inbound. Gets it over to Woods. Woods works by himself on Tyler. Gets it over to Chance Roberson. He's down on the post. Passes it out to Joshua Alexander. Alexander drives hard. Gets it over to John Clay. Pump fakes. He's by himself. And it's a 3. John Clay with 17. And the Eagles brings the deficits to 1. And when the 3 balls go up, West goes flying, Ian.
The T-shirts.
The T-shirts, I love that. Smith.
Good defense
Good
right
defense
there.
by Austin.
Able to take it away.
Welch with the floater and misses. Roberson with the rebound. Gets over Alexander. Alexander to Clay.
And that's that defense we need right there. Let's see what John does.
Clay goes inside. Pump fakes. He throws something up. Almost goes in, Ian.
Getting a little pretty in here. And one basketball. A little bit of hair.
And only if we had instant replay. That play right there gets drawn up by great defense on the other end by the freshman Austin Lewis. He just can't 3. He can also play defense. Not the most scrappiest defender like Shotomu, but he can definitely get it done on the defensive side.
Yeah.
But John Clay, this junior guard, 5'9", will go to the line and shoot 2. First one goes up, and it's good, John Clay. He has 18 on the contest. Ties it up with this one. He can get the lead. Cody Pratt prepares to check in. Next one is up, and it hits back iron. Woods collects it, goes up with the right hand, and it's good. Woods has 12 on the contest. And Welch is going to look for a hockey hut substitution.
Yeah, they're just taking everybody out.
Rump on the top of the key, guarded by Clay. Spencer guarded by Alexander. Backs up a little bit. Gets it over to Rump. He drives hard. Goes up with the left hand, and it's off. Austin Lewis tries to collect it, but misses. Hockey substitution for Welch's. Everyone gets taken out pretty much. And Woods comes out for Pratt. Anthony Hoy will get his first appearance in the game. And he'll come in for Chance Roberson. .11:20 left. Turnover over for the Welchers, making it PCC possession.
Everything is going the Eagles' way right now. The fans are electrified. The bench is going crazy.
You know what the benches remind me of? I don't know if you know about the Brooklyn Nets, how they go crazy. They get to dancing, they get to craziness. But 11:06 left in the half. Horton in pairs for the inbound. Horton gets it over to Alexander, almost stolen, but he re-clears it. Alexander drives left, takes it out. Gets it over to Austin Lewis, takes a screen. Lewis drives to the left, gets it over to Alexander. He gets it back to Lewis. Lewis for a three-pointer of his own. Just misses. Almeida for the rebound. He had a quiet second half, but let's see what he can do. Alameda guarded by Clay. In and out, gets it over to Charlton. Charlton back to Almeida. Takes a screen from Mitchell. Almeida almost loses the ball, gets it over to Brown. Brown to Mitchell. Mitchell back to Brown. Guarded by 3, but Newman takes one, and he drills it. The big man can knock it down. And the big man has about 12. Josh Alexander goes all the way to the cup, almost gets it in, but he will go to the line. Joshua Alexander, the kid out of Escambia County High School, will go to the line for 2. Upsides about his game, Ian, anything you have to say?
Yeah, he's a very excellent dribble drive player. He can get to the hoop anytime he wants to, and it's very effective for him to get there and dish the ball back out for open 3 ball. Or if he has it, he can easily lay it up as he hits the first free throw.
Alexander gets 3 points on the night. One thing I love is his athleticism. He gets back on defense. One of the premier defenders. He could probably turn into a shoulder move later in his college career.
Yeah, I agree.
Knocks down the second one. Alameda takes in the inbound. Eagles lead by 1. Gets it over to Mitchell. Mitchell dribble drive to Charlton. He goes the other direction. Dribble pull up. Hits it off. Alexander with a strong rebound. And he pushes it. Switches to the defense and loses the ball. Austin on the floor. And a foul gets called on Austin. That will be his first. .55-54 on the clock. Mitchell prepares for the rebound. Josh guarding him full court. Forcing him to his left side. Takes a screen by Brown. Brown gets dished to it. Dribble drive over to Mitchell. A lot of miscommunications for the defensive side. Gets it over to Alameda for a long 3-point try. Misses everything. PCC possession. 9:30 left on the clock. And Spencer Smith gets checked into the game for Charlton. Spencer has 10 in the contest. John Clay sells it past half court. Drives hard to the basket, throws something up off the side of the backboard, and it's good. John Clay. With 20 on the contest. Pushes the Eagles' lead to 3. Mitchell prepares for the inbound to Spencer. Spencer brings the ball past half court. Alameda drives hard. Took a lot of steps there, but hit out by Mitchell, making it PCC possession. Momentum swinging towards the Eagles' way now. Rum prepares to check in. John Clay, a little bit of a situation going on between the ref and the table when he crosses half court and dressing uptown. John Clay puts it over Austin. Wide open three-point try of his own. Just off. Pratt with the tip out. Gets it over to Newman. Spencer pushes the possession. Gets it down low to Newman. Newman pump fakes. Foul and one. 6'8" big Newman Ward gets it done down low. He has 6 in the half. Woods prepares to check in. This Warriors Porter. .8:35 left in regulation. Newman Ward puts it up, hits the front iron and lays right in. Newman with 10. Joshua Alexander brings the ball up the court. 8 minutes 30 left in the regulation. Takes a screen by Wood, almost gets double teamed. Tightly guarded by Spencer. Porter pump fakes, gets it over to Woods down low. Right hook makes it easy. Routine play for him. He has 12. Foul call on the play right there. On Cody Pratt. And Rump will go to the line and try to shoot 2. He has a free throw to his name today. First one's up, hits front iron, misses. 8 minutes, 13 seconds left. 15, it's 57, not 15, but 59 to 57 on the ball game. Free throws up, and it's good. Rump has 2 points to his name, no field goals. Alexander brings the ball to the court. Porter and Alexander. Alexander guarded by Spencer. He pushes off with his arm bar, makes it an offensive foul. Charlton prepares to inbound the ball to Rump. Joshua Alexander's third, I believe. Rump, guarded by Woods. Bit of a mismatch there. Goes up, takes a little bit too many steps before that shot. And Pratt takes the ball. He drives hard. Gets it over to Clay. John Clay. Takes a screen by Pratt. Works with the screen, gets it over to Porter in the quarter for 3. And it's bottom. Christian Porter with 6 on the game, 2 3-point attempts. And when the 3 balls are up, the T-shirts go out. Spencer takes a hard drive, misses Newman for the cleanup, and it's good. Newman is having a ball game with 12. Closes his deficit to 2. Alexander. He drives hard. He throws something up. Hits backboard, but misses it. Spencer pushes the tempo. Gets Alexander off of him. Alameda gets it over to Rump. Rump over to Charlton. Takes a screen by Rump. He drives hard to the left side. Goes up with his left hand with ease. He gets on the board for this first time. Down low to Woods, and it was a bit of a long pass there. And coach will take his first timeout of the half. As they take a timeout, we will take a short break. We'll be back very shortly. Nice playing by the Pep Band there as the PCC Eagles and the Welch Flames have it all tied up here. And what are you expecting the Eagles to do in order to pull this away?
It all comes down, as I always say, protecting the ball. Bad turnovers, and most importantly, the defensive end. Welch has had, on the last 4 possessions, they've had a few second chance opportunities. We're going to have to limit them to one shot, one and done. We have to take the ball and go. Good defense there by Dakota Pratt. Advances it to Christian.
Dakota Pratt over the shoulder move. Christian Porter for another 3. Hits the back iron and misses. He gets his own rebound. He finds an open Pratt. Pratt over the shoulder move. Shoulder move down low by himself with Woods. He tries to dunk it, but he gets blocked. Spencer throws one up and misses. Dakota Pratt has to take it for himself. Tries to find a guard, gets in the shoulder move. Shoulder move, has to get it across the line. It's over to Porter. Porter gets a tip. John Clay collects it, gets pushed backwards, and it gets called for a foul.
This is a very intense game for both teams. You can definitely feel the intensity. It feels like you're on the court. Everyone wants to score. It's getting a little bit physical now.
Impressed with the leaping ability of Derek Woods, almost putting it on his head. Takes a screen, tough shot, almost knocks it in, and he almost dunks it right back inside of there.
Oh, he definitely tried to make up for that last call.
Almost made up for the last one.
Put it in his hand.
Derek Woods from
Did
Colorado.
not expect that from the freshman. Kind of surprised the whole crowd. You can hear the cheers of coming in from the crowd.
A lot of sneaky athleticism as Austin Lewis begins to check into the game.
I tell you what, if he had gotten that, the crowd would have went wild.
Man, I'm telling you, man, that was one heck of a play. Checking the game was Mitchell for Rump. Woods prepares for his next one. Free throws up and just rims out. Mitchell brings the ball up court. Mitchell guarded by Austin. Takes a screen by Brown. He takes the left hand layup and brings it inside. It is good. Mitchell with his second field goal attempt of the game.
It's going to come down to the last 5 minutes. Who wants it better? Who wants it more?
Lewis in the corner. Drives hard, gets it over to Woods. Pump fakes, goes around, gets to the shoulder move for a three-point. Rare one, but bunts it in.
Yeah, he can knock it down. He can play the defensive end, and he can knock it down.
Surprising three-pointer there, puts him up by 2. Spencer, pump fakes. Gets it in the corner to Alameda. Dumps it off to Brown. Shuffles a little bit, but gets it in there to go. 10 on the contest.
All tied at 66. 4 minutes, 35 left to go.
Porter drives hard, gets it over to Clay. Pulls up for a three-point shot, and it's off. Rebounded strongly by Charlton. Kicks it over Alameda by himself, dumps it off to Brown. Almost dunks it, but finishes it on the other end. Quick 4-0 run by the Welches. It's over to Lewis. Falls down. Ball goes out, and it is the Welches possession. Slowly getting up there for Austin Lewis. Cody and Joshua Alexander come in for Austin Lewis and John Clay. 68-66 on the clock. 4 minutes ticking down. Tyler Justice prepares to check in. Mitchell. Mismatch on him. Kicks it to the corner to Alameda. Almost loses the ball there. Guarded by Alexander. He drives hard, pulls back. Gets it over to Charlton. Charlton over to Spencer. Spencer pulls one. Bottom. Spencer with an impressive showing. He has 13. Shoulder move by himself. Gets it over to Pratt. Pratt to Joshua Alexander. He'll try a three, and that's off. Mitchell pushes the tempo. Gets it over to Spencer again. Finds a wide open Charlton. Welch on a 7-0 run.
Yeah, Eagles want to slow the ball down just a little bit. Stop trying to rush the threes.
My bad, not 7-0, but 7-3 run. His charge called for a charge. John Clay comes in for show to move. 3 minutes left, and now the Eagles are down by a score of 7. Not a score of 7, but a score of 5. What's happened?
It's just momentum change.
We've seen a 7-3 run, and then out of nowhere, the Welches have a complete dominance of this game.
Yeah, Welch got a few easy buckets, and it compelled the Eagles to think that they needed to score right away, so they rushed a few buckets. But here's a fast break coming. This is where you probably want to see him slow the ball down a little bit on that fast break because he didn't have any numbers. It was 2-on-1, but at least we got a foul out of it. So let's see if we can capitalize and knock down the free throws.
Definitely. Christian Porter from Jacksonville, Florida. The freshman will go to the line for 2. Had a bunch of nice threes here today's game.
Definitely a nice addition to the team, incoming freshman.
6 on the game. First one's up, hits the back iron, and it's good. Brings the deficit to 4. 2 minutes, 53 on the clock. Next one is up, and it's good. Christian Porter. And the Eagles need to talk it over with 2 minutes, 53 left for the clock. So as they talk it over, we'll take a quick break.
Looks like there's a T-Rex in the building. Make some noise to earn yourself a free pizza.
Great selection played by our screaming Eagles, but now we are back with some more Eagles action.
If you're a coach, what do you think he's thinking at the huddle with 3 minutes left in the game? We're down 3, we're down 4.
Honestly, I'm just saying that we just need to get a basket. Not trying to force any 3-point attempts. We can honestly slow down. We have, although it says 2:53 on the clock, practically 3 minutes, including crunch time and all the fouls and all the timeouts that come into play.
I agree.
Mitchell over to Spencer. Spencer over to Charlton off a screen. He loses the ball in the hands of Clay. Clay to Porter. Porter brings it up over to Josh. Josh back to Porter.
This is where we see how much patience the Eagles can have. Like, we don't want to rush the score. We're only down 3. An easy bucket here and a nice defensive stop on the other end is all we need.
Derek works inside, just misses.
Good cleanup by Cody.
And he
might want to see a foul call there.
Dakota gets another opportunity, gets a foul.
Yes, it was a good rebound by Joshua Alexander, and very smart on his part of not just going right up right away. Cody had the defender's seal on his back. He saw that, he passed it in, and it got Cody to the free throw line.
And one thing about the defender that was on Cody Pratt is that he was actually a lot smaller than him. Newman was switched over, put in a hard situation, so he had a smaller guy behind him and took advantage right to the free throw line. First one is up, and he misses. Second free throw's up, puts it in the back iron. Dakota Pratt with 13.
Brings the score within 2.
2 minutes left, 2-point deficit. Mitchell gets it to Justice.
As you can see, Welch is very patient. They're running their offense. They're not trying to hurry. And that's something I want our Eagles to do.
Clay guarding Mitchell. Mitchell switches over. He turns the other gear, throws something up off the backboard. It just misses. Rebounded by Woods. Joshua Alexander takes it over.
Good defensive stuff. Now we got to get a bucket. Don't force anything.
He drives. Woods takes it over. Takes it over Alexander. Back to Woods. He drives baseline. Makes him fall. Offensive foul. Smart play by Tyler.
It was a good sell. It was a good sell.
A minute 30 left. Eagles down 2. Mitchell, Smith, Charlton, Newman, and also Justice in the game for the Welches. Mitchell guarded by Clay. Spencer had a little breathing room.
Yeah, I'm surprised
Newman.
he didn't take that. He's very patient. He knows what the play coach calls. He could have easily taken that shot, but he showed his patience. And now he has the ball.
Takes it off the other side. Cody Proud with the rebound. And
This is time
Spencer
to
is grabbing his
capitalize.
leg.
This is our time to capitalize.
Josh went for a 3 of his own. He misses.
Probably not the person you want shooting a 3-ball in that situation.
Spencer's hobbling up, gets it over to Tyler for a 3. He hits back iron. Porter, he pushes it. 40 seconds left. He goes right at the defender, goes up strong, misses the layup, gets it to Woods, he puts it up, and it's good!
The game is tied, 34 seconds left on the clock. I'm excited to see what coach draws up for a defensive play. I'm pretty sure he might call a timeout depending on what the situation is if we get the rebound on the defensive end. But it's going to come down to defense, and I'm pretty sure he's saying in that huddle, it's defense, defense, defense now. You got to take pride in your defense. If you haven't all game, 34 seconds, well, 30 seconds is all you need to stop. And then we can try and run a play on the offensive end and maybe get a bucket, win the game, or send it into overtime. But it's going to come back to the starting point of defense.
Amen. Well, over in the Welch's huddle, Spencer came up limping on the floor, hobbling back and forth. Alameda has to come in the game. What effect do you think that their second leading scorer is going to have on this game, since he's going to be out probably?
Well, I don't think they really need him in this game too much because they started without him and they were doing pretty good. They're doing pretty fine without him. I'm not sure how much he has in the contest right now, but they have other scorers that can score, whereas with the Eagles, we rely heavily on John Clay. They have a variety of scorers for Welch. But let's see what Coach drew up. Maybe they'll be in a man-to-man press or
Court man-to-man, 71 up, 34 on the clock.
All right.
Alameda brings the ball across the court. 26 seconds left on the shot clock.
You can definitely feel the intensity building up inside the gym. Everyone's on the edge of their seat. Some fans are standing up. They just really want a good defensive stop. There's 14 seconds on the clock, 4 seconds in between both clocks.
10 seconds on the shot clock. He goes up and he's fouled.
And it was a tough call. But you know
Mitchell
what
will
they say,
go to the line.
Pressure burst pipes. So let's see if he can.
Pressure burst
pipes. So let's see if he can deal with the pressure hitting these 2 free throws or even one of them.
Mitchell only having 2 free throws on the game. Puts it up, knocks in the first one.
Coming in number 5.
Not 2 free throws, but 2 field goals. Austin Lewis comes in for Joshua Alexander. Expecting him to deliver some high-intensity offense for this team.
So let's presume that he finishes. He hits the next shot. What do you think we should go for? Is it a 2 or a 3?
I mean, you can go for either one. We have so many options. Misses the next one. 10 seconds left on the regulation. Porter has the ball, gets it over to Woods.
It's going to come to execution
inside
right now.
to Pratt. Pratt back to Woods. Wood pump fakes, takes the shot himself, and hits front iron. Alameda takes the ball, game over.
Very, very tough loss by the Eagles. It was a very good play drawn up by Coach. Good shot by Derek. It's definitely a shot that he can hit. However, we came up short 1. I'm very proud with the way the Eagles played, although we came up short.
The opportunity to go back-to-back from 2 games home, which they haven't done the last time, has been lost. But 72-71 going Eagles possession. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning to this broadcast. Have a blessed afternoon and a great finals week before the week is over.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Take care.